Hello everybody. Today I'm very delighted because we have this opportunity to start the mission of Golden Age. So not just revision and prayer, but also today is the first time ever we prepare the Shambhala Dharma Kings empowerment. This is the first time ever, and this is a historical events. So therefore, I'm excited. I'm in a delight. Kalachakra come to this earth is about 1,000 years, and knowing Shambhala even more before that, but direct connection with Shambhala Dharma Kings, empowering opportunity is first time ever. So therefore, I'm very overjoyed. So today maybe I have to discuss more basic level for understanding for new people. Why is it so important? It is not just Buddha Dharma. It's why is something more than that. That we have to know. So let's say in general, we have Buddha's Dharma, be able to liberate ourselves and even all sentient beings. But have you ever heard not just individuals, but to liberate all sentient beings on this planet at the same time? Have you ever heard that? If not heard any other Dharma, so this is a Kalachakra Dharma. This is connecting with the Shambhala Pureland and connecting with the Shambhala Dharma Kings and Kalkis. Another question, have you ever heard that Buddha or Bodhisattva Pureland to liberate all sentient beings on this planet? Have you heard that? Have you heard that? Ever heard from or Buddhist tradition or other spiritual systems? Probably not. What it does means, yes, all Buddhism talk about liberation for all sentient beings, but not the whole sentient beings on this planet at the same time. Have you ever heard transform the whole sentient beings on this earth same time? Not just the sentient beings, but also planet. Probably not. This is, we're talking about this Dharma come from Shambhala and connecting with Shambhala. The unbroken lineage go back to the Shambhala. So that's this empowerment we're talking about tomorrow, not just a empowerment. Also, we're not talking about the empowerments before transmitted. We're talking about never transmit before. That's happening tomorrow. So, are you ready? Would you prepare to ready? Okay? That's we're discussing today. Also, have you ever heard that Dharma is golden Dharma, completion of the transformation for the Buddha nature? You may have heard that, but do you know how to distinguish the completion golden Dharma and the other partially golden Dharma? Have you heard there is such thing, two parts are correct and 2/3 is correct? That means all dharmas, are they good? They're good, yes. They give you a potential to liberate, yes. But cannot be same this golden Dharma. So that's we're going to learn in these few days. Okay, today we start. What is Shambhala and what is Dharma King? What is Kalachakra? What is Golden Dharma? What is Golden Age mission? So we're going to talk this briefly today. Give you idea, direction, and then we're going to talk after empowerment. But only today in the public, if you don't register, then we don't have chance to hear those in the next few days. So remember that. So today, firstly, probably we start what is Kalachakra in simple way. Kalachakra is Tantra. In Tantra, have many levels. This is the highest Yoga Tantra. In highest Yoga Tantra, you have Father Tantra, Mother Tantra, and Neutral Tantra. So Kalachakra is more neutral Tantra, which means complete methods and complete wisdom. Equally, so that means neutral Tantra. But in neutral Tantra, this is king of the Tantra, which means Kalachakra is explain and explore and or elaborated all other tantras did not elaborate, did not explain clear and hidden meanings. Usually people don't understand. This is Kalachakra explained well. Therefore, we call king of the Tantra. But this is only one factor, not the only factor. So another way of saying Kalachakra Tantra is the last Tantra, the most updated Tantra. More easy way you can understand like that. So that means the Kalachakra terms and language have connection with the latest scientific language and latest quantum physics terms and relation. Something very ancient, but already updated as like 21st century values. And you can relate it with this if you are intelligent enough. So that's why is Kalachakra Tantra. In another way, explain, simple way, Kalachakra Tantra means you understand external world and internal world and beyond the world of Kalachakra Mandala. So that means Kalachakra give you the connection of the worlds, the planets, stars, sun and moon, everything, and within your body, within your mind, with your emotions, with your intellect, with your concept, even with your body, your chakras, channels. And then shows how we purify this limit level, improve a limitless level. Or another language, how we connect in or actualize with the enlightened Kalachakra Mandala. So the Kalachakra, mandala, details and deities, all of them is something within ourselves and within our world. Is not something separated. It's something inseparable in every level in our world and within ourselves. So that is the Kalachakra Tantra. So that is the essence of the Kalachakra. Because Kala means time and Chakra means will. Time means inevitable, everything with time. Will means everything is circle. There is no such thing int or is a circle. So this one you can relate it with the most profound philosophy or most updated science. So this is Kalachakra Tantra. So now, who can handle the Kalachakra Tantra well? The most intelligent, the most refined human beings of Shambhala. Okay? Or you can say the most purified human beings in Shambhala kingdom. So they are the true practitioner of Kalachakra Tantra. So therefore, Buddha taught to them, not us, not people like us. First, he taught to them. Then I want to tell you, Shambhala Kings means it's not like worldly kings who interest in and they seat, their position, possessed their position, very possessive of their position, and control and conquer others for ego reasons, for power, for controlling, for basically go back to self-cherishing, self-pride. Please do not think of that when we're talking about Shambhala Kings. It's not like that. Okay, then what it is? Shambhala Kings means the most high level of bodhisattvas, manifestation. So that means, if you don't understand what it means bodhisattva, bodhisattva means fearless, compassionate warriors. If you don't understand, that means limitless love and compassion possessed. So this strength has fearlessness nature to liberate all sentient beings as their mission, and never give up, never even 1 second discourage. So this is called highest level of bodhisattvas. So they are manifest as a kin, means it's not kin have a lot of wealth and possess many things, not that. It is you lead the entire your well-being. So which means we have human beings, we have samsaric normal life survival responsible, and dying and a death responsible. And then we say something spiritual after die, such and such, or religious have some kind of system. But who is take all this responsibility? Nobody. In general, yes, maybe your survival responsible parents, and then some kind of your leader or your kin have a little bit of responsibility, and then your spiritual responsibility, some priest or whatever, is not really full responsible, but as little gardens. So that, remember? So Shambhala Dharma Kings means your survival and your life, your death, your liberation took full responsible. Parents, the best unconditional love giving us, but they also only can responsible until certain age. But they also cannot fully responsible. They don't have control. You die, you sick, anything. But they try. So Shambhala Dharma King means not try. Insurance. Your spiritual teachers, everybody, they only try to help you, but can't do anything more than this. But as long as you are in Shambhala, fully responsible are your enlightenment. Okay? Then you can think of how they do. Even Buddha said, I cannot wipe your problems. You have to do yourself. I show you the path. How Dharma Kings, Shambhala, how do they take full responsible? Which means they love, unconditional love and compassionate mission start eons ago. They have trillions of missions, but one particular mission is to liberate beings on this earth. So that one already prepared. That's why I take full responsible. For instance, when Buddha Shakyamuni has his monks, not all of them, but most of them, they reach Arahat. That's Buddha, he can take the full responsibility. Buddha said he cannot take full responsibility means every sentient being. But some already prepared, they both sides, that's why I can. So we all, if we have, some of them we already prepared long time ago, 100%. Some of us not prepared 100%, but we are start now. We had opportunity now. So that's why if we do, then as long as we have enough conditions to connect with them directly, share the same mission of golden age, transforming this earth in the future. If we join with this, that means we prepare. So then if we didn't change mind, and we have solid goal, mission, join with these incredible Bodhisattvas, Dharma Kings. If we do that, then it's guarantee. So that's why I'm saying they take full responsible. Once you are in the golden age time on this earth, or you passed away in Shambhala Pure Land, either way, you are guaranteed enlightenment. So that's we're talking about. Please don't misunderstand it. Okay? So Shambhala Dharma King means like that kind of king. A super king is something nobody do. Nobody capable can do it. That kind of king is not like king, it's power-hungry king. Okay? In other words, you can say they are universal monarchs. So which means their limitless marriage is a universal king. It's not the king win for a while and then going to die, make many troubles. It's not like that. So please, very important, get rid of your idea of king and don't put that labor on and Shambhala Dharma Kings. Okay? So, this, we have 8 Dharma Kings empowerment tomorrow. The first one is Suchandra's father. Okay? And then Suchandra. And then continue, we have 8 Dharma Kings. So what means that 8 Dharma Kings who start Shambhala's civilization. You can say Shambhala's civilization. So that means Shambhala is the most refined human being. Human being's kingdom, or you can say realm. But these Dharma Kings, incredible Dharma activities, incredible skillful means, Shambhala are more and more refined, more and more transformed, and then after Manjuya Shatam, huge, massive transformation. But is this all 8 Dharma Kings continue made these conditions? So that is empowerment. So if you miss out these Dharma King empowerments, then in the future we have 25 Kalkis empowerments, and we have 128 female Dharma Kings empowerments. You're going to miss out all of them. So that's why important for tomorrow. Okay? So, Shambhala Dharma Kings means they have trillions of missions to liberate sentient beings. But we don't know that because the world is innumerable. We don't know them. We only know this earth. Remember? But on this earth, they had that special mission. One day, transform the whole world. So, if we're not connected now, we're going to miss out. Which means that time we already dead. And you're not born back here, you're born somewhere else. But if we made cause and condition right now, if we connect now, the worst scenario, you died before golden age, but you born again, come back. And then you share the golden age again. Which means when we transform the whole world, that time you will join. Even you died very quick, reborn very quick, doesn't take long. You know, that's what I'm talking about. If we are be part of the golden age, which means perfect peace and happiness, joy, and awakening, not just happy and joy, but awakening. Would you like join with this world? Or you prefer miserable somewhere else? So that's what we're talking about. So definitely not preferring miserable life, start somewhere else. How you cannot give up idea of you are become liberator of whole this earth. Don't even worry about, our little individual life. But you are in the mission of the liberator of all this earth, all sentient beings on this earth. That's what I'm talking about. So, now I have to talk about a little bit how that happened to Shambhala. Shambhala Dharma Kings, how did that? You have to think about eons, trillions eons of the accumulation. They build the accumulation and they connecting so many sentient beings. You connecting sentient beings is really important. For instance, as long as you are sincere and care about sentient beings, you have some compassion in your and loving nature and within you, then it's very important to connect all sentient beings. If you listen the Buddha's life stories, many lifetimes stories, he connected so many sentient beings and wishing to liberate them. But the most you cannot liberate them is never had connection. So that connection is, if you have good connection, positive connection, then it's this. But if you have a little bit neutral connection, that's okay. But even you have bad connection, you harmed and you killed, that's also said, they said, better than zero. So that's why Buddha's stories, he gave all sentient beings, let him eat his flesh, blood, drink, eat. And many eons later, they're able to reborn his disciples. Not straight away, because they made bad karmas, but eventually. So that means better than zero connection. So that's why for us, as long as we really have loving nature and compassion and care about sentient beings' well-being, we also better to be connect many people. So that means, do we can sacrifice our body and everything and give all mosquitoes and spiders, or I don't know, the blood drinkers, the many insects? Maybe that's too much. We are not maybe prepared. We are not maybe prepared. Because if you have not 100% prepared, even you are 99.99 prepared, still not worth it. Okay? But what do we prepare to connect in more people? At least you prepare internet. Can you connect in many people in internet, in television? At least that we should prepare, right? Not that difficult. But I'm talking about as long as you have loving nature, compassion, try to have bodhicitta. I'm talking about that. Not just whoever, selfish, egotistic, whatever, I want to connect to other people. Doesn't help anything. But if you believe yourself, are confidence, and really have a bodhicitta or loving, compassion nature, then you have to connect to people. So we can liberate. That's why fame, those things is not always negative. It's very important, positive. If these celebrities, if they are bodhisattvas, then it is so good, connecting so many people. But if they are not bodhisattvas, they don't have aspiration to liberate sentient beings, and then doesn't matter, just you connecting with your emotion level, samsaric level, nothing much. But if they are, important to connect. So therefore, I'm talking about the Shambhala Dharma Kings. How did that be able to liberate all our earth same time? Is trillions, eons of preparation. So why we don't even try to connect with this? That's why I'm talking about Shambhala, Kalachakra, Golden Age. This reason. I'm very passionate and dedicated my life. Whatever I need sacrifice is sacrifice. Because of that reason. What else could be? So, that means How Shambhala? Shambhala, you have to understand, is not just one traditional text had information. It's such more than this. First, you have to information of Shambhala before Buddhism. You have to find ancient informations before Buddhism. And then Buddhism, without mention Shambhala, some texts, and directly mentioned in Kalachakra Tantra, and then other spiritual systems, some mentioned with name, some mentions without name, mostly without name. And New Age people, we cannot always put it down on New Age people. Some of them are bodhisattvas. Some of them have good ideas. So all of them found together. What is Shambhala? Special. The special is, have you ever heard Amitabha Pureland send many people on this earth and liberate ourselves one day? No, you never heard that. Have you heard Akshobhya, Ranasambhava, or you can say any other bodhisattvas, or any Buddhas, any Pure Lands? You can say army, you can say the missionary, or come to the earth and make it peace. The most stubborn and extremist subdued, pacified, and then we have the golden age. Have you ever heard any other Pure Land mission? I believe you never heard. I never heard. Never heard this. Only Shambhala Pure Land. Why? Because Kalachakra Tantra is a huge like ocean in Shambhala. We have a drop, one bowl of water, Kalachakra here. But at least we can connect. At least we have the channel. We have enough channel. That's why we are fortunate. So that's why is Shambhala Pure Land is you cannot compare any other Pure Lands. Compare on this earth I'm talking about. I'm not talking about other trillions universe. Maybe another Pure Land may be better another universe. That we don't know. But on this earth, we have the special connection with Shambhala. It is Buddha himself's words and prophesies we can have this mission and we can able to liberate our earth. That Buddha's words, not we made up, not somebody made up. If you don't believe this, then you have to deny the king of the Tantra, Kalachakra. Entirety you have to deny. But who has no karmic connection, zero understanding, spirituality, then you can deny. But otherwise, it's obvious, not deniable. Therefore, Shambhala is also people confused. Why? Because sometimes sounds like no more human world, but like kingdom. In this earth, on this earth somewhere, and then the same time is such like billion times bigger than this world, this earth, then people confuse. But the reality is, people forgot everything impermanent and changeable and improve very fast. Just like Buddha Shakyamuni, only 6 years, how become different. Six years after become omniscient. Before that, normal person. And we have many other stories like this. So people forgot that. So even the realm can change and transform anytime. So that's why we also hope and prophesize. That's something we believe, and we have hope. That's transformation of Golden Age. So this is Shambhala's nature. Shambhala transformed many, many times if we look carefully. So that's why. Now Shambhala is not something we found somewhere part of this earth. Not this, gross level of physicality. It's something much more refined. Refined because that's why a special power, special mission, special ability. But just like physicality is a gross level of physicality like us, just fight, no power to transform. Look at the war now. Are they transforming each other? And think about in the past wars. What they do is not like that. So therefore, Shambhala is, you have to understand at least in these few days, Shambhala is not like any other Pure Land. Our individual connection or the nature of Shambhala and the mission of all of them not same as other Pure Land. So at the same time, we're going to learn other Pure Lands. Earthly impure land, unearthly impure land, Pure Land, impure land, Buddha's Pure Land, Bodhisattva Pure Land. What are the differences? All of them we're going to learn in these few days. So let's say, what does it mean a golden age? Golden age means, can you imagine a perfect world? If there is a perfect world, what would be? A lot of money? No. The answer is no money. Zero money. Can you imagine have a perfect world, have zero money? is that. Golden age means zero money, zero punch. Why we need punch? Why we have to make something different shapes and colors, and then we have false electronic and everything. We have false values. Imagination value, not real value. Illusion. So money is gone. Illusion wealth is gone. And we have the real wealth. What is real wealth? Real prosperity. What is the real prosperity? Too much material? 500 cars, one person? No. No car. Zero car. Are you happy about zero car? No traffic jam, so probably. True prosperity means, think about our mind. Mind are perfect. The mind is perfect. You don't need anything. You're not seeking for anything. You're not jealous of anything. You're not envy of anything. You're not worry about anything. You don't have fear. You become fearless. You have only mission, only one mission, to liberate sentient beings, those who not like us that time. That's only you care. That's only desire you have. Is it good or not good? Boring. It's not boring. Never bored. Zero bored. Huh? So what happened then? This earth is still like this now. Sometimes earthquake, sometimes tsunami, sometimes crops not grow. Can you imagine a perfect world with zero money? Zero money is good, huh? Then there's no worries. Don't have to pay bills. Huh? You may think, oh, I have maybe no money, but I have to pay bills with something exchange in the past. No. Can you imagine? Because you're awakening. Think about you have nightmare, incredible nightmare, and then you're awakening. Then you wish to go back to the nightmare? You don't. Same like that. So that means we don't have attachment to something. Oh, we had incredible things in the past, money and cars and, traffic jam. Definitely you don't have that. Don't worry. But sometimes people concern that because we have limit happiness now, so limit enjoy everything. So something that's why we are very, very attached. So then, if it's not that one, and then maybe I don't like. You think you don't like because right now you only this. That's why you cannot imagine something better. So that's what happens. When people change, the world going to change. Do you know? This earth also going to change. Not like right now and how to say some kind of rough and some dangerous animals, and we have fear and scare, some weather extremes, and and then we have sickness and gone. It's gone. Why? Because the world is our projection. Do you know that? Our, not just this present mind's projection. Eons make huge, incredible strong habit, this projection. So when they transform this all everything changes. Shambhala also that way happens. So Shambhala is role model for us. Role model. Okay? So the explanation of Shambhala, these few days you read all Shambhala book, Shambhala prayers inside some described. But also we can describe more. Today we have no time to details. But basically, Shambhala progress many times and now perfect. No need more anymore. If you go too far, and then very difficult people to create causes to reborn Shambhala. So that's why perfect state, stay there. That's why it's so suitable for our beings on this earth. So we have to realize that. We have to awaken on that. So that means right now, how much we have achievements this world, like nuclear weapon, and so many scientific discovery and achievements we have, is you can think of unbelievable. Maybe 200 years ago or 300 years ago, people cannot even dream it. People cannot dream, no way, cannot even dream, cannot even imagine. All of them we already have reality now. But does bring extra happiness, extra joy? The answer is no. Extra stress, extra worry, extra fear, extra depression. So that is proved our focus is wrong. The strategy of happiness, joy, meaning of life is wrong. So that's why we have to realize through the Kalachakra Tantra what is real meaning of life. Where is the source of happiness, joy? The most fundamental, or how do you say? I say the simple way I explain is a human connection. Human connection, which means now the modern life is lack of. Why you lack of? Because you have too much material focus, too many unnecessary distractions, and we have forced freedom. Forced freedom means we focus my freedom, my privacy, my space, my rights, my me. Too much, then other people say, oh yeah, can I do this for? Can I? Would you mind? so-called civilization of polite. We make nice name, but actually is killing us. Do you know how to kill it? We develop self-centeredness and we develop this disconnecting other people. How do I know? Because I experience my remote country, village life, and then this civilized Western city life, modern life. We can't say even West. Now you have to say modern. The Asia becoming even worse. So start from Western, yes. So these people disconnecting. When you are disconnecting, you miss out that. Then you think you can feel with chocolate, you can feel with ice cream, you can feel with telephone, you can think television, internet, you think you can replace. No, the answer is no. Human didn't design this way. Human need human. Real closeness, real trust. Who you trust 100%? Anybody in this world? Most of you, no. Most of you, no. Do you have anybody 100% close? You can tell anything, whatever. You can act anything. Zero pretending. Do you have any? So-called, you call polite. Polite, but it's terrible. Just nice name. But it's not real, it's acting, you know. Because you have to act because everybody have impatience, intolerance, and no trust. And very easy to angry. Angry, and then you can't let go. So, that's why real Sangha means you can trust, at least not 100% yet, but can you trust at least 50%? And then can develop from that. So golden age time, you trust everybody. Think about how peaceful your mind, how secure, no worries, zero stress, only joy, only aspiration. Everything is inspirational. So the model is Shambhala. The ultimate community is the Shambhala. We should learn from villages. Village life, but modern village not good enough. Where I born, grow up, that village, we have no internet, we have no machines, we have no shops, nothing. So 100% rely on each other. So then we become we don't, zero privacy. Anybody can visit anytime, anybody. No custom say, I have no time. And you become red. How rude is it? You just even didn't phone call? You just come? We don't have that. Zero. But I realized that is really joy. So that time, if there's a man, no relatives, no brother, no sister, no relatives, no children, nothing, just one man, you are still a part of the neighbors, community. Anytime you can go, and anytime you can talk to them, anything you're feeling. No need high, anything. What do you think? And they also help. Why they help? Because they know he has nothing, just us. We have to help. So how you think about this person's feeling? This person still feels secured. Even he have nothing, no money, no wealth, no relative, nothing, still feels secured. Huh? So like that. So we have to start like that understanding slowly, and then we understand the profundity of the Shambhala's mission, and then we have to learn slowly. Okay? Is there any questions?
So if it's someone here in the room, Mihai, maybe you come to the microphone. Can you give him this?
Rinpoche, you said that this enlightenment of the whole all the sentient being from the earth will happen at once or together. How is it possible? Because each one is on different stages of evolution.
Yes, in general. But the time and golden age time, no. They have no chance to go that way. Even you are forcefully liberated. That's about Shambhala. Usually people talking about, oh, Shambhala army, and they misunderstanding like war and like Buddhist jihad, all of them. That's misunderstood.
So the second question, which is linked to this one, is that we have this kind of diversity of the world, this world we have now.
Yes.
With different opinion and different conflict.
Yes.
How do you see to be pacified in one generation, for example?
If we have good enough communication, how fast in the world? One silly news, how long take to the world? Huh? No days. The modern day is so perfect if goes the right direction. But if it's ancient time, you have to conquer one nation, then you have to go next nation. Conquer means even you say good way conquering, like transform, you have to go and then go next nation, next. It take a very long time. But nowadays, you can transform in 24 hours. The whole world. Just until now, we didn't have, that doesn't mean we'll never be. First, we have to believe Buddha, and second, logic understanding, logically, and then third, we have to have the courage and willingness. That's it. But you have to remember, the humans, the majority where they go, everybody go there. People have no breath. They go against the majority. Do you know that? Do you agree?
Yes, this leads me to the last question.
Human nature, they cannot go against the majority.
Yes. Rinpoche, people are egoistic. This is a reality of our
Yes,
world.
yes, no.
So, which is the miracle which will make them to renounce their egoistic view? Because as much as I know, they don't have too much connection with the Shambhala, or most of them never heard.
But the practical level, now I have to think about anybody. Can you imagine better than this? Can you imagine your real life better than this? Better than this direction? If yes, you can go that one. But I can't. I can't. Every day you have this fearlessness, compassion, develop from your heart. Every day you have this incredible, limitless aspiration. What you can do better than this?
But this doesn't reply to my question. Usually people are indifferent. They are only...
People different forever?
No,
They
no.
never change?
No, but most of them take...
Yeah. My question is, ever people change?
I don't really know.
You don't know?
If they
Everybody
change,
knows.
really
Everybody changes all the time, not just once and twice. And people go always, the majority go. This too is enough. People always change, not just few times. And people go always where majority go. They have no capacity to go the other direction. So that's why the important, we have to encourage ourselves the right direction, and influence other people. Set up a good examples. Inspire other people. That's it. If anybody have better idea than this, they can talk anytime. So we can try that one. We can lift this one, and then we can do the other one. But I cannot imagine that.
Okay, thank you.
Sabine has a question.
Hello? Yeah. Can animals go directly to be liberated? Is this possible without being in between a human?
Say again?
If animals can be liberated directly without being a human before?
Oh, the animals have to die. It's, you can say unfortunately, or you can say fortunately. Always, the number one liberation always alive, and you are transformed. You know, if somebody cannot transform alive through the death, remember, all Buddhism, all Tantra, and I go this way. Always, if you cannot liberate yourself in this lifetime, and then death time, if you can't death process, then is a pardo, remember? If it's not pardo, then you born better place and you transform there. So that's why animals or anybody, the most thick one, cannot transform alive only death time. But when we're talking about a golden age on this earth, we're not talking about everybody become a Buddha, okay? But we're talking about everybody have 100 million times better mind right now. Okay? So that means if they didn't become a Buddha in this lifetime, then they go just one lifetime, go reborn Shambhala. And then one lifetime. So means that. So we're not saying everybody same level, but everybody is at the best direction. So everybody leading each other. Their only job is leading each other, liberating each other. No other jobs, no other business. They said even that time, all crops, fruit, everything just grow without cultivation. So you don't need business, you don't need money, you didn't need business deal, you don't need companies. No. This all we need in miserable life. Or everything competition. And some people have too much wealth, but useless. They don't know how to use properly. And some people have struggled in the world whole life. So this is the current world. So we have to imagine that. And we have to believe it. Remember what happens, what you believe. The whole world we projected in our mind. Yes, a little bit difficult for you guys because long habit. Never thought about. But it sounds logical to me. Sounds indefeatable logic. If somebody can take defeat, then you do it. So we have a good discussion. We're going to have good discussion. Okay, time's finished. So next time we talk more liberate. Right?
So I'd like to just to add to those attending online, tomorrow at 7 a.m. in Central European time, we have a preliminary practice of the Remake Prayer book, practice for connecting with the sublime realm of Shambhala. And this is a preparing the mind for receiving the empowerment. The empowerment starts at 11 a.m. And it may be that we will use just this session for the empowerment, or it may take longer and we do 2 sessions as planned, the second one at 3 o'clock. And for preparing for the empowerment tomorrow, on the session, on the early morning, I will give some instructions how you can prepare better for receiving the empowerment. And if you are not registered yet, it's still time to register. We can also have your registration tomorrow, but if you register only tomorrow, there is the risk that too many people are registering and we cannot manage to add you to the list and you miss the empowerment. So if you are thinking about registering, better do as soon as possible today so that you can guarantee that you are going to attend. So we are really very fortunate that Rinpoche gave this public teaching, inspiring us, and for those who are coming new now in the Buddhism, the Vajrayana, this teaching tomorrow, this empowerment, is very special and never saw before, especially for those who are following Rinpoche and are interested in to know more about Rinpoche's connection with Shambhala. Rinpoche didn't talk publicly very open about that, but in this empowerment, he explained very in detail his personal connection with Shambhala. So it's a very precious opportunity. So now we are coming to the conclusion from this event. I will invite Sabine showing Drama to recite the Jonang dedications.
So thank you, Rafa, and thank you, Rinpoche, for this precious teaching. Dedication and aspirations. May the Chonang Dharma of the omniscient Dharma King pervade on all places and directions, never declining but instead spreading and flourishing for all time. Through the goodness of the unchanging three jewels and the excellence of the truths of the eternal ultimate, may the activities of the great Lord of the definitive Chonang Dharma auspiciously spread and flourish. Through the ultimate meaning of the sutras, the Shandong Middle Way, and the ultimate meaning of the Tantras, the Vajra Yogas, may we give rise to the essential points of the path that joins the few with meditation. May we completely clarify all gateways to the profound Dharma. Due to the arrival of the Buddha in this world, the presence of his teachings that clarify like a shining sun, and the flourishing of the authentic lineage holders, may the auspiciousness of the teachings remain for a long time. Om Ah Hong Ho, completely surrounded by snow mountains, in the middle of a hub of an 8-petaled lotus. On top of Mount Kailasha sits the divinely built capital of Shambhala, Kalapa. Between the lakes of Manasarova and the white lotuses, in the middle of the Malaya Grove, there abides the enlightened mandala. In all the outer petals of the lotus, there are 96 million cities and so forth. Abiding in that sublime realm of Mantra are the Dharma Kings and Kalkis, the hosts of deities of primordial wisdom, the 96 emanating kings and so forth. To all those worthy ones I prostrate and go for refuge. By the power of making effort in these virtues, at the time of death, may I be reborn amidst the retinue of the Kalki kings in glorious Shambhala, and have the opportunity to accomplish the Kalachakra Tantra. With these virtues, in reliance upon the profound methods, with the power to destroy the collection of adventitious stains, as well as the channels of the life force and downwarding winds, may I quickly attain my Buddha nature, the sublime outer Kalachakra. However I meet, may I never, even for an instant, be influenced by those who steal eternal bliss, such as wicked teachers, mistaken spiritual traditions, the messengers of Mara, or negative companions. By the blessings of the authentic victors and their children, whichever roots of virtue exist in samsara and nirvana, and the power of our pure altruistic motivation, may whichever prayers we offer be swiftly accomplished. Always meeting with every excellence, always free from every fault. In whichever case, may everything be most excellent, and may all of our wishes be accomplished. The sole source giving rise to well-being and happiness, may the Dharma remain for a long time. Great beings who hold this Dharma, may your lives be long and firm. By the sound of this great Dharma drum, may the suffering of all sentient beings come to an end. By this inconceivable good fortune, may this teaching be established and remain. Through the blessings of the three jewels, the energy and power of their waxing virtues, dearest Root Lama, who holds the victor's teachings, may your life be long and may your enlightened activities increase. To the Lama, I pray that you have excellent health. I pray that you may have a supremely long life. I pray that your enlightened activities flourish. Bless me to never be separated from you. In all my lives, may I never be separated from my precious Lama. May I always enjoy the practice of the precious Dharma. And after completing all the qualities of the grounds and paths, may I quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Lord of the manifold mandalas, pervasive sovereign of all families, Vajradhara, may the lotus of feet of you, the authentic Root Lama, remain steadfast for a long time. With faith in the inseparability of the Lama and Kalachakra, by the power of the virtues of going for refuge and making supplications, may I become a child of the Kalki kings of Shambhala and bring magnificent benefit to the teachings and sentient beings. By virtue of these accumulated merits, when I and others pass away, in this and all future lives, may I excellently care for the authentic Dharma, and may I be unharmed by whichever adversities arise. by the pristine virtue of both ordinary and noble beings. Until the end of time, may we attain the peak of Buddha's teachings, may we thoroughly increase the benefit and well-being of all beings, and may we enjoy the magnificent stages of the teachings and protect everyone. The great pioneer of the middle way of definitive meaning is the Dharma King of Chonal, Nolopopa Gyaltsen. The learned and accomplished ones who hold his lineage in general are many, but in particular, the master of the secret doctrine is the liberating protector Taranatha. May their teachings blaze for a long time. This place itself a Pureland, in the sky above within a sphere of rainbow light, on top of a lotus moon disk abides the Lama Avalokiteshvara. Undefiled by stains, body white in color, his crown ornamented by the perfect Buddhas. Looking on beings with the eyes of compassion, I pray to you, Avalokiteshvara. Through the profound aspirations of the Bodhisattva Kings of Shambhala, may we manifest the glory of the second golden age in this world. May all of us Dharma brothers and sisters come to enjoy the good fortune of our courage and commitment. Long life prayer for Khentrul Rinpoche. Great mind of love and wisdom, the most excellent treasury, inexhaustible activities born from the God of gods, richness of vajra gentleness with supreme aspirations, I pay homage to the protected one with this name. With immeasurable mind, even more vast than space, advice uncontaminated and distinct like a clear drop, dearest friend who plays in the inconceivable ocean, I pray to the treasury of perfect well-being and bliss. Precious gem of the enduring bliss of all beings, appearing in the form of a universal monarch, may your life remain steadfast as the unchanging supreme, may your activities be accomplished with the speed of the five lights.
Okay, so tomorrow for empowerment you have to bring a piece of cloth, or if you have headbands or anything you can throw away. If you have a very just small piece of cloth or whatever, you can throw away. You don't need a huge cloth, shirt or trousers, but you have, at least you don't have nothing, you just bring a thread, something, just thread. If you don't have that, nothing, then you have to have at least one of your hair. Okay? So we have to something throw away from you. That means we throw away the how to say, this problem of our everything we throw away, and we become a member of Shambhala. Okay, member of Shambhala. Okay, we become officially, ceremoniously, and we become a member of Shambhala. So that's why you have to throw away something. Then we give you the current replace. So that's why it is, the old, no good ones you throw away, and then you become Shambhala member. Okay, so don't forget that. Then if you have a piece of flour, if you have nothing, just bring rice. That's enough with you. That's only 2 things. 2 things, okay? Yeah, anything, just small thread or headband or anything you can throw away. Throw in rubbish bin, okay?